Hanging out at the truck stop. Hanging out at the truck stop. It's a nifty way to stop. Hanging out at the truck stop. Oh, if it's not in stone. Just hanging out at the truck stop on a Sunday. I thought about doing a church of wheel, but I decided just to go live instead. We're awake. We've had our dinner. We've had our din, and the cops arrived. But that's okay. It's cool to hang out with law enforcement. Kind of a quiet night. Are you people having dinner as well? How come nobody's showing up for my live? We got police action out here. Oh, somebody got busted. Somebody's in trouble. Somebody got busted. Somebody's in trouble. Oh, it's not a Volvo. That's weird. Usually it's white Volvo Mafia that gets pulled over by the cops. But nope. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they ticket you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they ticket you? Hanging out at the truck stop. That was my wake-up alarm, by the way. Seeing a bunch of flashing lights outside the window, and I'm thinking, uh-oh. It's the man. It's the fuzz. But, yeah, he'd pulled over a truck on the way into the truck stop. I guess the guy in the white Cascadia, the white quesadilla right there, got busted by the cops. It happens sometimes. We got brown chicken in the hizzy. Hope kids are doing okay. Welcome to a Sunday. It is now Sunday. I've waited all day to announce that it's Sunday. Brown Chicken has been a member of the Spankin' Pickle, member of my channel for 5 months. Says the cherries and the berries. That's right. La Migra. And there's been a very heavy law enforcement presence in America this past week. I wonder why. Is there something going on in the world that requires more law enforcement than usual? Is there do we have premonitions of a false flag event happening in America anytime soon? Why is there so much law enforcement everywhere? How come all of our bases are on lockdown? It's kind of weird. How come there's a lot of tension in America right now? Could I get a definitive answer? Oh. Brown Chicken says, just you going to Forgotten Angels this week? Yes, I am the only one that'll be there. I'll be the only one there. Nobody else is showing up, so I'm going to eat all the food, drink all the beer, and camp out completely alone. I am the only person. Gmail Rides is going to be there. Let's get to some comments. What your kids paying me for? Brown Chicken was first in the house. He is primo. That is primo chicken right there. Cheap fright hauler. Learn to speak with your face. Says good evening. It is a good evening. I'm going to waste about an hour or so. I ain't got much time on my 40. On my 40? Are we tipping 40s? I ain't got much time left on my 70-hour clock, so I get some more time at midnight. So I will run here. Oh, I don't know. I'll do about an hour live. Make sure your kids are doing okay. It's very important that your kids are doing okay. Gary Bates, the official Gary Bates, by the way, with a thumbs up poop emoji. If you do not see a thumbs up and a poop emoji, it's not the official Gary Bates. We're gonna pose a question. I want you to answer. What's the price of fuel? You kids know what the price of fuel is? Listen, don't look at it. We're gonna pose a question. starting now. I just want to make sure you're doing okay. Cassin's in here, says hi, good seeing here. Brown Chicken, just you going to Forgotten Angels? Yeah, I am the only person cool enough to go Forgotten Angels. We're just gonna be the coolest people there. Frost is in here. Chief Freight Hauler retracted a message. Gary Bates says many state troopers pulling trucks over. Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit of a little safety blitz going on, because us truck drivers are easy targets because a lot of us don't speak English, bought our licenses on the dark web, and are barely qualified to move freight around the country. Snorlord, the Metalhead Viking caveman trucker, who had a very good live show yesterday, says, hello world. I'm not ready to greet the world yet. That's why I wear my sunglasses at night. Brown Chicken dropping the emoticons. Brown Chicken says 303 a gallon. What, for 86 octane unleaded? I would listen. It is $5.45 where I'm at right now. We're in the land of Illinois, which is the cheapest place to buy your diesel fuel, according to IFTA. Chief Freight Hauler says, Are you? SST says, are we the baddies? Yes, we are. Axel Foley says, any lot lizards? Let's take a look out there. Let's close the poll, because we got 19 people in here. We only have 5 likes. I don't like these odds. If you're going to come in here, you got to hit that like button. Are you okay? We're going to close the poll because we've had 15 votes. Let's get that up to 20 votes and we'll close the poll. That's it's good practice around here. Let's get some more votes in there. I asked you if you're okay. David Van Beek says, we can't see your eyes because I don't make eye contact to begin with, so this works for me. That, and I'm reading the comments, and this gives the appearance that I'm paying attention to the camera when I'm really not. I am a famous YouTuber. I know how it works. Got 6 likes. We need some more likes up there. Double tap the screen. Give me some likes. Brown Chicken says 313 actually for regular. Yeah, it'll be 414 by next week. All the doom and gloom. We got because Iran can't ship oil to China, the rest of us have to pay extra for fuel. Kind of weird how that works. What's up with that, world? What's up with that? Smokey says hashtag Sprinter van. Smoke got himself a Sprinter van, and an interesting game of chess he is playing by trading his Toyota Tacoma, quite possibly the most reliable vehicle in the world, a vehicle of distinction and reliability and status. It is a status symbol. You see a man driving a Toyota Tacoma, you can trust that man. And he's trading it for a Sprinter van that came from Amazon. Risky maneuver, a bold maneuver, I would say. But listen, we have choices in life, and as long as you have your wits about you, make as many choices as you can. Do it with confidence and aplomb, and follow through, because life is an adventure, and it's a journey you're supposed to enjoy. Right? 21 people in here. We got 10 likes. We need some more likes. I don't like these odds. When we have 21 people in here, we need 21 likes. And when those numbers balance out, everybody gets good luck. So right now we're swimming in the bad luck. Look at this poll right here. I need one more vote to close the poll, but I don't like these odds. Are you okay? We've got 37 people says yes. Okay, we can close the poll now. Thank you for paying attention and participating. Poll has been closed. We'll get the results here in a little bit. Brown Chicken says hi to Smokey. Gary Bates is heading to Spring Valley. What's in Spring Valley? Smokey, with the chicken of gaseous nature. Brown Chicken had he had a live. And by the way, those of you that watching the replay gang, thanks for being part of the replay gang. SST, I diddled the like button. Aw, gross. Rob's neighbor, which is Carrie, by the way, says, what's up? We're doing all right, man. We just had dinner. I'm going to burn a little bit more time on the clock. I have 402 miles to drive tonight, and I am prepared to do so. Get delivered tomorrow in Harrisonville, Missouri, and I am out of hours at that point. And hopefully they figure out a way to get me back home to Georgia, because Forgotten Angels is coming up at the end of the week, and that's the camp out coming up pretty soon, and I'm hoping to be there. Well, I will be there. It would be nice if I got home a day early and had time to, do laundry and prepare for the trip and all that stuff. But the way things are going right now, it's gonna be run and gun. I'll get home the second I'm supposed to, and then I'll be in a rush to do things, and then all my plans to enjoy the trip, take my time traveling down to Tampa, Florida, is going to be thwarted, and I'm going to have to get up on the freeway, set the cruise to 95 mile an hour, and get there in a couple hours. Good seeing here. Buzz Turtleman says, what's up? That's good times. Brown Chicken says the Sprinter is a Mercedes with the 60K-ish. Smokey says traveling hotel room. It's a great idea. And not only that, but you ordered one, you got one that's Amazon colors, so the stealth camping will go pretty easy. You see a van like that and people don't really raise too many eyebrows. People see a white van and they're wondering, is that the feds? Is that somebody looking to abduct me? But you see, a weird medium blue gray Amazon truck that don't have stickers on it. You're like, oh, there's so much happiness in there. They're bringing me happy. That's why the Amazon has that weird smiley face thing, Buzz Turtleman says, I have a 1986 Toyota pickup with a, holy dude, really? That is God mode right there. That is ultimate primo Toyota. You have, we've got 11 people watching with, we had 11 likes. We got 12 likes now. Our odds are in our favor. The odds are in our favor. We're going to be okay. That's a good luck symbol right there. A 1986 Toyota pickup with an R22, you mean a 22R, and 587,000 miles on it, still going. Is it the SR5? Is it the, you got the four-wheel drive going on there? You got yourself the ultimate pickup truck right there. Small pickup truck. The ultimate small pickup truck. You turn the key, it runs. It still has an ashtray. Remember when cars and trucks had ashtrays? That's when they got rid of ashtrays, they brought in computers and the inability to work on stuff yourself. That was the end of the automobile industry, in my opinion. Abby Feldman says, you single? Of course I am. Does this look like I'm on the market? So we had a question for the house. You kids voted. You put in 20 votes, which is very nice. Simple question. Are you okay? No. Surprisingly, no. And I hope you were honest in your voting, because 65% of you said no, you're not okay. That has me a bit worried, because if you look at polling in America for like anything, is the president doing a good job? Are your grocery prices okay? Are you healthy? Are you happy? you're seeing this ratio that's down there in the results of my poll. Are you okay? 65% of you said no, with 35% of you saying yes. If you said yes to that, keep it to yourself. Don't let anyone know that you're okay. Simply because human nature, and a lot of it is subconscious. People that are doing okay, their attitudes get adjusted quickly. So don't admit that you're doing okay. So those of you that answered no, you're winning. It's okay to not be okay. Brown Chicken says Mercedes Sprinter vans run forever. Certain Sprinter vans run forever. They only run forever if you are meticulous about the maintenance. And if you skip an oil change, if you skip a fuel filter, you will run into a lot of trouble. Very expensive trouble, extremely quickly. Especially if you take it to the dealership for service. And there is, I know a Mercedes mechanic, and there's nothing more annoying for a Mercedes mechanic than to see a Sprinter van roll into the dealership. Because it's like, they want to work on something that's got leather interior, and smells like old women. They don't want to see they don't want to see a commercial vehicle roll into a Mercedes dealer. Oh man. Smokey says, let's hope, Brown Chicken. It'll be a good van. It's only got 60,000 miles. It's got hard miles, though. It's got delivery miles, which is the absolute worst thing you can put on a medium-duty type van. So make absolutely sure you change all the fluids, do a full service, check the differential. The differential is probably going to be very worn out. I would go up on the viscosity on 85 140 or something in the differential. I used to be a mechanic before I became a truck driver. So if you got any questions, mechanically related or cars or anything like that, I'll do my best to answer. Let's put up another poll, because you kids like polls. You like fingering the screen. Let's keep it simple. We're just gonna keep it simple, and we'll start a poll right now. The thing that sucks about Replay Gang is you will not see that I put a poll up here that says hit the like button. Shout out to the Replay Gang. You are the ones that keep me going. Because going live, I only get about 20 people at a time. That's totally fine. 16 people have hit the like button. 17 people have hit the like button. You're friggin' awesome. Smoke says hi to Carrie. Rob just got a DPF EGR delete on his Sprinter with a tune. Russian dude, even the Sprinter guys go to him, $1,800. Yes, that is a very good decision. The only problem is how that engine has been deleted, because Mercedes has spent billions upon billions of dollars making that a clean engine, and it's not as simple as just taking off EGR, SCR, DPF. You can't just remove those smog type systems from a modern diesel motor. It's engineered to have all that crap. So in addition to a delete, it has to be tuned, and the engine has to be backdated to an engine. Basically it has to run like an engine that was built in the 90s or 80s that doesn't have all the smog equipment and stuff. So make absolutely sure if you go to delete a diesel engine, which is a hot topic. It's always been a hot topic, and it's been extremely illegal with the EPA, closing shops and chasing people and issuing huge, gigantic fines and stuff like that. But if you go to delete a diesel motor, make absolutely sure that it gets a professional tune, and possibly on a dyno, a rolling road type dyno. because modern diesels are designed to run extremely lean, extremely hot, in the hopes that the smog equipment will catch all the soot and all the bad stuff that's destroying the environment and stuff. We've done good as far as diesel motors are concerned with the cleanliness. I grew up in Southern California when we still had smog. I can remember as a kid my lungs hurting, and you'd go over the hill into the Los Angeles basin, and you couldn't see it because we had smog. It would be like brown and very unhealthy. You don't see that much anymore because we have made huge strides in making diesels cleaner and automotive engines cleaner and stuff. It's that there used to be a joke years and years ago, not too long ago, that you could park yourself in an enclosed garage and take a short trip to a long destination. I'm not going to say the exact words, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. You can't do that anymore. You can't idle your vehicle inside a enclosed garage and take a long trip to nowhere. You'll starve before asphyxiation kicks in. Brown Chicken says, are you gonna go see Sick in the struggle bus? Yeah, I need to stop by there and give him a hug and make sure he's doing okay, and show him some more of the switches and how things work, and because I don't know if anyone has kind of gone over all the systems and how everything works on the damn thing, and I want to see how it works too. Rob's neighbor says, good day, Smoke. I'm stoked about the Sprinter. SST says, I'm moving into a boat when my ship comes in. Crafty Grower said hi. Good to see you here. I hope you're doing well. Rob's neighbor, I'm wanting to get going. Rob actually has 4. SST says free candy. Smokey says snowy smoke print. Rob's neighbor says his chick has a 68 El Camino at a 230 straight 6 and going to do a video on it too. That's interesting. An El Camino with the, what is that, the Fireball 6 or something they call it? A little Chevy 6-cylinder. Straight 6, right? Interesting. Smokey says, hell yeah. Brown Chicken with the emoticons. Buzz Turtleman says, yes sir, I maintain it and it's still going. You've got yourself an awesome Toyota, my friend. So Loud. Sterling, good evening to you and the brothers and sisters. Much respect for the boondocks of North Crackalacky. Good seeing here, So Loud. Hope you're doing well. Buzz Turtleman says, it all works. It all works. That's having a Toyota like that. I hope you never get rid of it. Hold on to that Toyota. Nameless says, white people. White people? With emphasis on the caps lock. I agree with you. What's up with white people? We've got a poll. Hit the like button. 77% of you said yes. 23% of you can go fuck yourselves. 23% of you, 23% of the entire world's population can go fuck itself. Seriously. Oh, now we've got 23. We've got one more person that did not hit the like button. There's 23 people, 23% of the world can go fuck itself. I'm sorry, get out. If you're not going to hit the like button, get the fuck out. Smokey says, my first truck was an 84 with a 22R. Absolutely amazing truck. We got, Smokey says, yes, Nameless. Yeah, white people. Am I right? White people. White people are always like, like, why you gotta be like that, white people? It's awful. We're gonna close the poll because 29% of you said no, you wouldn't hit the like button. I consider that a failure on humanity. It's no wonder Jesus is not coming back. He's because 29% of you don't hit the like button. Jesus will never return. We're going to ask another question, a very important question. And you have to answer this question. Ask your parents before you answer this question. Maybe get their input on it as well. And this next poll, I'm just taking the temperature of the room. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. So contact your congressman, talk to your parents, consult your pastors, you know, and you need to answer this as truthfully as possible. Smokey says also others as well. 40 Road is in the house saying skull, saying cheers. Smoke says no, Matt, no. Helabella says no. What are we saying no to? About hitting the like button, right? SST says nothing. Zilch, I'm fine, it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything's supposed to be fine, right? SST says fire. SST says the Mercedes 300Ds ran forever. It's true. Mercedes knows how to make a good diesel motor. They last forever. As long as you maintain them, they'll last forever. This has not been a popular vote so far. We've got 18 people in here with 23 likes. I like the amount of likes that we're catching tonight. Kids are doing all right. The simple poll, white people. You know, I want you to be honest about your answers. We only got 5 votes so far. I think some of you are scared to vote. Why are you scared of white people? Don't be scared of white people. White people have never done anything wrong. Ever. You know, there's a purity about white people, and I don't think they've ever done. There's no recorded events in history where white people have done anything wrong. Listen, go to college, and you will learn that white people are they're pretty cool. You just, you know, you can trust them. They don't go to other countries and kind of push people around. You know, they're not controlled by people. You know, they're fine, upstanding citizens. It's okay. White people are okay. You don't have to be scared of white people. They've never done anything wrong. There's no books written about all the crazy stuff that white people have done throughout the entirety of history. Like, it's okay. What the hell are we even talking about? What am I lecturing you on? I wish I could vote. What would I vote? White people? I'd put no. Not a fan. Gary Bates, Hidden Illinois Ranch. The one that the... Well, what were we saying there, Gary Bates, before you got... Gary Bates left the building before he finished his sentence. Smokey says, already found the user groups and forums. Good times. Smokey says, word. We got Caretaker 07. Hi, driver. I drove semi 22 years. 22 years. That's good on you. I let me guess. By 22 months, you were like, damn, I can't let go of the steering wheel. You get stuck to the seat. I can understand hanging out for 22 years in this industry. I've been officially a licensed truck driver since 2006. Well, I've had a CDL since 2006. I didn't go over the road until 2011. So if you feel like doing the math, go for it. I am not a math person. Do I give off the appearance of being a mathematician? No, not at all. Rob's neighbor says it sounds like it's raining here. If you listen to the leaves getting turned by night crawlers, it's crazy to watch. Good times. 40 Road says gearbox issue always. Are you talking about the Sprinter vans? I hope not. Oh, well, earlier we were saying, because the Sprinter van that Smokey's looking at has 60,000 miles on it. But it's probably a 6-speed ZF, a 6-speed or a 7-speed ZF. And, you know, Amazon trucks aren't heavy, so it's not like it's been pulling. But I would do a transmission service immediately along with a differential service. Brown Chicken, the American Pickers van was a Mercedes Sprinter van that ran like 400,000 miles. That's right. It was an older Sprinter van too. We got Rob's neighbor says also sounds like coyotes in my backyard. Love listening to him. Rob's neighbor, that's Kerry. He lives in the boondocks of Wisconsin. Frexy's in the house says, done. You voted? Good times. Caretaker, my CB handle was lost in the fog. That's good times. SST says, none. Frexy's saying, hello, sir. Watching for the Philippines. It is probably still daylight there. We've had darkness here in the middle of America. We're in Illinois, and it's been dark for a little bit over an hour. We started the show watching police that pulled into the parking lot here. Rob's neighbor says Rob's lowest mileage Sprinter is 400,000 miles. Wow. The Brandon Brews, he had a good live show earlier, says good evening. Good seeing here, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope you get ready for your week. It's Sunday. Today's Sunday. Wow. This week flew by. Brown Chicken, Toyota Tacoma. I was never a fan of that model. Oh, I'm ending the poll. We got to put another poll. We're closing the poll about white people. I asked you to vote on white people, yes or no, and we'll get some results here in a second. Caretaker says purchase 99 Classic XL Freightliner with the 3406E. Good times. Super 10. 370 rears, good times, 70-inch walk-in. You got yourself a good truck. That's a good truck. Rob's neighbor says he said the last DPF filter plugged after 40,000 miles, so I guess he is the guy to do it. Good times. Caretaker says Commiformia. The expressed land of communism. California's all right. I grew up there. I like to visit, but I'd never live there ever again. They're turning Florida into California now. 40 Road, Cat C18 is the best engine. I would agree with that. Except that I'm a Detroit fanboy. I like my Detroit 60s, even though they've become difficult to find parts for. The truck that I'm currently driving has an X15 Cummins. It's been a good motor. I don't own the truck. I never will. I'll never buy another semi truck because I've done that enough in life. I am more than happy to be a company man and stare at the. I'm looking for. I don't see the price of fuel, but I think we're edging towards $5.50 a gallon for diesel, which I don't care. I don't pay the fuel. Adam says Adam's in here saying hi. Caretaker 3406 was the best cat. It's a good one. We got 2-4 in the house from the land of Canada. Actually, no, you're up higher than that. You're way up in the frost belt, the snow belt of things. Good seeing here 2-4. I hope you're doing all right, man. 40 Road says very old 3406. Caretaker says I learned to drive on the 3406B. Great motor. 3406, I use his generator. Caretaker says a 15 speed against the dash. Oh, wow. A 15 speed. They don't make those anymore. That was a great transmission. Had a weird shift pattern. Had a very weird shift pattern. So it's an H pattern. And from what I remember of a 15, I think it was like down and left, and then you shifted over, so it was down and left, down and right. No, it was top left, bottom left, bottom right, top right, split, and it also had a granny gear. That's it. Your lower pocket was 5 gears, so granny was very bottom left, top left, bottom right, top right, split, Yeah, upper range, bottom left, which would be 6th. And then you also had a splitter on that, which would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you have an upper range and a lower range, and then you have a splitter as well. Yeah, 15 speed. Good seeing here. Quick shoe. Good seeing here. Caretaker. I would not know about white people. I am Cherokee. Good times. Pierre Tosh. Pierre Tosh. It's not Peter Tosh. I love Peter Tosh. Don't disrespect dogs. They're friends to us. Dogs are the best human beings that ever. Dogs are the best people ever. I love dogs. 71% of you hit the like button. I appreciate it. Truck with T-Bones because of the vertical video. SST says, I don't want to die for Israel. Then don't. SST says, this poll is racist. Well, it doesn't have to be. Racism comes from within, okay? You can admire, listen, if you ever laughed while watching the Chappelle show, you could easily sign yourself up for racism. But no, racism's funny. Laugh. Quit being pussies. Racism's funny. Christopher says, I don't know. There wasn't a maybe option. I forgot to put a maybe option. Sorry about that. Aunt Willie says, there is no war in, but, okay. SST says, white people are too subversive. Interesting. I've never met a white person, so I can't tell you. Gamer says, I am a white person, an Australian. Good times. I'm Australian. Basically, it's lunch here. Yeah, we're looking at, it is 8 p.m. in Illinois, in America. Central Standard Time, I would believe. SST says, given the affairs in the last 25 years, I'm having a hard time trusting my fellow honkies. Yeah, I'm a truck driver, so I don't trust anybody. My job is to make sure my seatbelt's on and to dodge people on the freeway. That's my entire life. We've got results of the poll. White people, 76% for yes, and 24% said no to white people. That's good odds. It makes sense. I'm not going to argue with those odds. Gamer says, it's Monday for me. Happy Monday for you. Brown Chicken says, Florida is a lost state. I don't think it'll be like Cali. No. You're forgetting that Ronald Reagan ruined California. And Ronald Reagan was a Republican. And DeSantis is Florida's Ronald Reagan. Florida is turning purple on purpose. Florida is not a free state. SST says, our Brown Chicken says, Florida is making sick, paint the bus. Yeah, it's true. Rest Area Raccoon, I need some cheese for my crackers. Good to see Rest Area Raccoon in here. I haven't seen you in a freaking long time. I hope you're doing well. Brown Chicken says, what she said, uh-oh. Gamer retracted a statement. You don't have to retract your statements around here. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Eastbound and down. I'm American. My favorite color is blue. We are laughing. Stop laughing. This is a serious live stream. I'm taking important time out of my day to do a live stream when I don't have to. We've been live for 39 minutes. We got 12 people watching, 27 likes. I like the amount of likes that you kids are dropping. We need to choose another poll. I'm going to ask you a very important question, and you have to answer with truth in your heart. It's going to be a tough question, but you have to answer this truthfully. We're actually going to use a question mark this time. I'm not too good at my punctuation sometimes. Oh, wait, hold on. We got to press a button that starts things. Ow! Oh, we got to put our poll up there. No, I'm going to put it over here. I don't know if it allows, like I see where I put the poll, but when I started it starts in the center. So I'm gonna, just in case, let me know if what you're seeing, let me know if I'm pointing to where the poll is, because that's where it is on my screen. I was able to move it, like I can move it like that and like that. I don't know if you guys see it that way. Let me know. Gamer says, wow. Gamer says, I've already lost a support dog. His name was Sydney. Sorry to hear about that. Dogs are great people. Dogs are great people. I need my armrest. Hold on. He's getting lazy. He's got to lean into it a little bit. Chasing Ghost Terrors in the house sent you a link to a clip of your requested song. Oh, good times. We've got I like that screen name, and I'm gonna say it out loud. You are so fucking retarded. There you go. Big Dan says, howdy folks. They said, okay, so the poll does move if I put it in a certain place. Okay, it's good to know. Chasing Ghost says, dogs are better than people, never lower them to human. Oh, so the poll that's currently up there right now, are dogs good people? 88% of you have said yes, and 12% of you have said no. I'm willing to bet that Tara is the one that says no, because you don't even want to associate dogs with humanity, because humans suck that bad. I tend to agree with you. I'm going to turn the screen around just so I can show you kids where I'm at. So we're sitting at a truck stop, right? And if you want to throw your trash away right now, you will be met with difficulty. Do we see something there that needs to be handled? I'm going to clean the lens because it's slightly dirty. Is that better or worse? That's whatever. I don't care anymore. Looks like they need to get a bigger dumpster, right? That's terrible. But we're hanging out. I'm going to be live for another 10 minutes or so, 20 minutes. Dogs are better than people. Never lower them to a human. I'll agree with you on that. Sophia says, I watched you moving on my screen. Okay, so I am able to move that. Cool. SST's in the house. I'm going to say something that is going to upset some people. Good times. SST says, having a dog is like having a retarded child, because they're happy all the time. That's not, if you're upset by that statement, you have never met somebody with Down syndrome. Down syndrome people are the happiest people in the world, and they're always happy. And then we go and disrespect them by making the word retarded, an epithet. We make it sound like it's something bad. No, it's just they're different. I get very offended when people have hatred for retarded, or they're afraid to say that word out loud. They're great people. And your statement about having a dog is like having a retarded child. That there's truth behind that statement, because if you know somebody that has a child that is, deeply within the spectrum, it's a challenge. But that parent knows exactly what joy is in life, and the joy is the happiness and the easy days, which is balanced out by terrible struggles and the messes you've got to clean up, and you having to apologize to other people and stuff. Yeah, it's a humbling thing to have children to begin with, but to have children that are either on deeply within the spectrum or have a lot of difficulties, it puts perspective on life that it's a mixed blessing is what I'm trying to say. I'm a little distracted by what's going on outside the window. Gamer says some people are answering no, the dogs are not good. They're cute, the puppies, which you right. Sophie is laughing. Yeah. Chasing Ghost says, I can see the lights in your glasses. Looks like spider eyes. You have multiple eyes shining through your glasses like a spider. Because I am a spider today. We're Spider-Man's does whatever a Spider-Man's does. Can he swing from a web? Yes, he can, because he's a spider. Watch out. His name is Spider-Man's. I have just ruined everybody that's listening to the show right now. That song is going to get stuck in your head. Yeah, Gamer. Oh, no, don't get that song. I'm going to wind up singing it all night, too. Don't worry about it. So, you kids remember the Simpsons movie? And there was a character. Called Spider Pig. And I forget what Simpsons writer was talking about it. But what started that was one of the Simpsons writers was in an elevator somewhere, and there was a kid, like 4-year-old kid, and he entered the elevator with his mom, and the kid was like Spider Pig or Spider-Man, 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 and the kid was just singing that song the entire elevator ride. It was they were like going to the top of the Empire State Building or something. So it was a very long elevator ride with a 4-year-old kid just saying Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man. And years later, when they were writing the Simpsons movie, they created this character that, Homer bought a pig and he called it Spider Pig, and fell in love with this crazy pig. So that was one of the Simpsons writers that came up with Spider Pig. It was good times. The truck driver next to me did not want to be on the live show. He is leaving us. Sorry to disturb you, sir, but I do important things on the internet, and you cannot be involved with it anymore. I'm going to close the poll because I really didn't like that one. Are dogs good people? We are closing the poll. Done. SST says Corey Hart wore his sunglasses at night too. I wear my sunglasses at night. Gamer, now song stuck in my head. Yeah, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Big Dan knows what Spider Pig is. The truck that was parked next to me left, and another one is immediately taking the spot next to me. The truck stopped completely full. That's completely full. I got here 11 hours ago, and it was even packed back then. Gamer says Spider Pig. You know what Spider Pig is? Look it up on the internet. Chasing Ghost, Spider Pig, as Homer is walking across the ceiling. Yeah. Gamer says, how do you sing a pig flying with webs? Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig. Look out. Here comes Spider Pig. Gamer says, not again. Are dogs good people? 85% of you said yes. I do realize that there is a flaw in my polling, because we should not compare dogs to people, because people suck that bad. Speaking of people that suck, the driver next to me is terrible at driving. That's okay. We live in a world where people are totally okay being terrible. Gamer says, bro, the adults would like to get the song out of the head now. No, you can't. SST says, you need a coonskin hat with that beard. Do they sell them at the truck stops? We got 29 likes and 6 people watching. I'm going to back the show off here in a little bit. Gamer says that our truck driver's like, no, I don't get in my face. I don't want to be on live streams. Bye. Yeah, truck drivers are terrible people. Oh, let's take it to a vote. Let's see. You kids need. You kids need. Okay, you gotta keep in mind these are very, very serious questions that need to be answered. There we go. Once that gets up to 20 votes, we're going to end the poll and quit being live. We are going to unalive ourselves on the internet. What do you mean by that, Sterling? Well, due to YouTube's terms of service, there's certain words that can't be said out loud. But we'll be all right. I still can't believe that the price of diesel. I started in the South yesterday. I was in Valdosta, Georgia, and it was $5.35 a gallon. We're in Illinois, and it's $5.50 a gallon. Tomorrow, by the time I get to Missouri, it'll probably be $6 a gallon. Absolutely insane. Gamer saying, just imagine a skinwalker getting obliterated by dogs. SST says, is Sick painting his bust to reflect heat or hippie art? He doesn't know what he's doing. don't let this surprise you. He does know what he's doing. I know the bus already has a white roof, and it's an old school bus. And in Florida, you're not allowed to have a yellow bus if you're not a school. So you got to paint your bus. And honestly, he should just mask things off and get a paintless air sprayer and get to town. But, things like that require money. And he's bitten off a lot to chew. So, the struggle bus is real. The struggle bus is real. Gamer says, I am 41. Good times. Cheese 67 has said yes. Yeah, that's interesting, right? SST says paint it like a prison bus. Yeah, all white, right? And put Dade County across the side of it. He'll never get pulled over if he puts Dade County on the side of that bus. I got a long night ahead of me. I've got 400 miles to drive. And a short time to get there. SST says paint it camouflage. I don't know how anything's getting painted when there's no money involved. It kind of takes money to paint things. I'm going to be a little bit distracted because I need to do some math, and I am not the kind of person that maths. So. I wish I had a calculator nearby. We've got 4 hours left of our 70-hour clock, with 3 hours coming back at midnight. Right? And we've got a 400-mile trip ahead of us. SST says reflective roof paint is cheap and works and only comes in silver, though. I like that stuff that DIY Semi uses on top of his refrigerated trailers. Soundman says, yeah, he looked like he called HR on black people. You mean HR from Bad Brains? What are you talking about? David says, can't Sick just do what he always does and hold out his hand to the donations? Yeah, I know what you mean there, Dave. I know what you mean. But you got to keep in mind, everyone is strapped right now, and a lot of us are taking care of friends that were involved in motorcycle accidents and stuff. I've literally reached the end of my charitability. I give to Forgotten Angels. And I've been donating to Key Fob and his situation. And, Sick's a grown man. And he's He's going to figure out what he needs to do, hopefully. Listen, there's no problem in asking for help, right? But don't ask for help and then show us either bad results. Like, if you're going to ask for help, we need to see some good results. Otherwise, we feel like our money is wasted. The truck next to me is doing a regen. I don't know if you can hear it, but a regen is the truck will go up to like 2,000 RPM and start dumping fuel in the exhaust to burn off the soot. And it's a very annoying sound. That is terrible. It's 60 degrees outside. Why are you even idling your truck? Just put on a blanket. Chasing Ghosts is out for the night. Good to see you here, Tara. You had a good live show earlier. She was doing some guitar practice. She did really good. Gamer says, just imagine walking to a school and you hear 6-7 everywhere. Just kids saying random from nowhere everywhere. Well, here's the thing though. Like every generation, every year, there's something funny. You know, like what last year was, or the year before was Skibidi toilet. You know, when I grew up, it was Bart Simpson saying, "Cowabunga, dude," or "Eat my shorts." You know, every kids always have to have something stupid to say, and that's how you know that propaganda works. America has perfected propaganda. I remember in kindergarten, we would be on the playground and on the swings, and every kid knows this chant. Let me know if you know it. ABC can't count on me. And what that means is if you're on the swing and there's a line of kids that also want to go on the swing, you're supposed to count to 10, and then they have to get off the swing, and then you get to go on the swing and swing. And to combat that, while you're on the swing, you said ABC can't count on me, and they're supposed to reset their 10-minute, their 10, count to 10. You're supposed to reset, and that was a universal thing in school. I remember hearing that all the way through friggin' elementary school. I don't know if kids have that anymore, but it's weird how something propagates like that. And then everybody says it. A lot of it happens with our movies and stuff. Like I remember when Austin Powers came out in the late 90s, and then everyone had to imitate, yeah, baby, or Wayne's World came out and it was like, party time, excellent. Like it's crazy that the little things in society that just it becomes an earworm and then everyone has to say it, right? It's crazy. SST says Tractor Supply sells it for $15 a gallon. The reflective paint? That's interesting. I don't know about it being a metallic type reflective. Because honestly, if I had money to throw at Sick situation, I would go with the white paint that we use on top of refrigerated trailers. I forgot what that product is. Check out DIY Semi. He's used it on a couple of his trailers. And then I would use the foil-backed insulation and put it on the inside of the van. But there's no way. I said van, but it's a bus. A bus is the most uninsulated. You would be better off living in a 48-foot box van than a bus. There's no way to insulate a bus. There's too many windows. The walls are thin. There's no weather stripping. There's no... A bus is a livestock hauler. It's a self-powered livestock trailer. That's what a school bus is. And a lot of people look at a school bus and you think, wow, they're really cheap and they got a diesel motor and they're easy to work on. But they're not designed to be lived in. You have to re-engineer the whole friggin' thing. And, to live in Florida, all you got to worry about is the extreme heat, honestly. You don't have to worry about the extreme cold. But, man, I mean, to put air conditioning in one, you're blowing cold air in a blast furnace. You're running air conditioning in an oven. It's not good living. I don't sign off on it. I'm an expert in living in vehicles. I'm a truck driver, right? And this thing's insulated, but there's areas of the cab that aren't insulated. And when I'm driving through negative 20-degree weather and my hot sauce freezes, there's cabinets back there that are kind of close to the wall of the truck. I had a bottle of hot sauce freeze completely solid, and it took a week for it to defrost. It's crazy. Insulation is very difficult to it's hard to live in a bus, right? We got 30 likes, 19 to 20 people watching at a time. I don't see any super chats. You should all be ashamed. I worked very hard for this live stream, and you're not dropping super chats. Consider becoming a member as well. We've gone over an hour, though, and I need to. And we're going to end the poll, even though it's only got 13 votes. Gamer says, math is hard, I swear. Don't worry about math. Math does nothing for humanity. If anyone tries to math at you, you say, good day, sir, and walk away. SST says, barn roof paint, basically. I'll have to look that up. SST says, for rust, old leaky metal roofing. Yeah. I'll have to check it out. I had a chance to swing by home last night, and mom took me out to dinner. Actually, I took her out to dinner. She was driving. She don't let me drive. I'm not a good driver. I'm not qualified, and which is fine. But driving around Valdosta, there's a lot of construction. They're building they're building a new Tractor Supply store. They're building tons of apartments and stuff like that. And Valdosta is a military town, so it kind of makes sense to have duplexes and apartments and stuff like that. And they are building some single family homes near the base, and they start at like $200,000. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if we got some storm warnings coming over our computer. Sorry to be distracted for a second, but I don't like it when I start seeing warnings. Tennessee has some thunderstorms. If you're in Tennessee, watch out. I'm north of Tennessee, so I ain't got to worry about it. We're heading to Missouri here in a little bit. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Valdosta. I'm not sure 100%. I really want to live in Florida, and I'm close to Florida right now. I'm only 12 miles from Florida. And I don't know if I want to live in Valdosta, because the more I see Valdosta and hang out there and meet people, and the weather warning just expired. Okay. We're okay. Whatever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the more I hang around Valdosta, and that's where I collect mail, basically. The more I like the town, and I'm thinking, so I go on vacation next week, and I'm thinking about maybe asking the company to keep me closer to home, maybe do some regional, maybe just stay in Florida, do the whole home every weekend kind of thing. That way I can actually start living in Valdosta rather than just visiting, picking up my mail, and getting the hell out of there. That's I picked up my new sunglasses yesterday and hit the road. I didn't even walk into the house. I see my package on the doorstep, and I ran. And I ran so far away. But yeah, I'm thinking after the camp out, I might request to go regional, or even pretty close to local. Right now I'm doing over the road, so I do all 48 state. I go anywhere this company wants to send me. I am their man. I am the man of this truck. And I'm happy. Like it's good money, and I don't have too many distractions. You know, I got a few friends that I talk to, but I've got a nice motorcycle. I've got that old Volkswagen that I restored, and maybe I'm ready to start thinking about being home more often. You know, I've got a roof over my head. I've got a garage I can use. You know, mom's living there now. I got friends. Maybe I want to be home a little bit more often. So I'm not 100% not 100% sure yet. It's easy to do what I'm doing right now. I just drive around in circles and make the money. But we're gonna wind the show down. 18 people watching. I appreciate you for just hanging out for a little bit. It is Sunday in Illinois. It is, I think, 50 degrees outside. It's chilled off. When I left Florida a couple days ago, it was 90. So it's nice to chill for a little bit. And my live shows are always pretty chill. So is all my content on my channel. I don't do anything too crazy. The latest video on my channel, by the way, is called Summit. I visited Summit Racing, and then I also interviewed a guy that runs a food truck at a Lineage cold storage facility. And I absolutely love interviewing entrepreneurs and seeing, hey, you know, this is my business. This is what I started. This is what's going on. So make sure to watch that video. And I stepped outside of my box. I usually don't talk to people too much, but I'm feeling good about going on vacation here pretty soon. So I'm being a little bit more personable, talking to people, shaking hands. You know, I'll never look anyone in the eyes. That's why I wear these glasses, so I don't have to look you in the eyes. But it's a good video, and I hope the kids get to enjoy it. I changed up the intro music to my videos. I had somebody complain that my intros were getting boring, so I changed up the intro to my videos. And I think we're good to go. We got our water for the night. We're staying away from the energy drinks, staying away from caffeine and soda and sugar. We had a good meal. I had some smoked brats, and I don't have much for food on the truck right now, and I'm trying to stay away from the truck stops because it's very expensive to buy fast food at a truck stop. Never buy fast food at a truck stop. The Subways, the McDonald's, all the fast food that you see at a truck stop is more expensive than a standalone location. So, for instance, outside the windshield, we're at a Pilot that has a Subway restaurant. Right there, you'll see the Subway sign. Right, let me block the light so you can see it better. See the Subway sign? So that Subway is more expensive than if you went down the street to a Subway that has its own like little restaurant. So when you're out here traveling around America, don't buy food at the truck stops. It's more expensive than if you went to a McDonald's that's downtown, or, you know, there's a Burger King across the street. That would be cheaper at that Burger King if that Burger King was here at the truck stop. Everything at a truck stop is elevated in price. So there's your information. Anytime I go live, I will try to teach you something, right? And we didn't have any sick burns tonight, I don't think. We did have a vote about white people, and, you know, I think, let's see if we can go back to the results of white people. You kids remember what the poll was on that? White people, 76% of you said white people, said yes to white people, and 24% of you said no. There's nothing racist about that. We're just asking a question. And I agree with both answers wholeheartedly. Yes and no. I'm out of here, kids. I hope you have a good night. Wish me luck. I've got 400 miles to go and like 7 hours to get there. I don't know if I'll be able to make the delivery, which is fine. It's a Monday. They can repower the load, but my job is to get as close as I absolutely can. And I've got a special lady that I have to make a phone call with here once I hit the road. and I hope she's awake. And we've been texting the last couple days or so, and she seems like a good soul. And that's the kind of people I like having around my life. Most of you that are watching, there's 18 of you watching right now, 32 likes. Appreciate those numbers. Most of the people that hang around my channel are pretty good. Listen, it's totally cool if you're not good. Like, if you're a total asshole, that's fine. I don't care if you're a troll. I don't care, you know. Be whatever you want to be. It's a big country. It's a big world. And I thank you for joining my little world here. We have to stop doing this live stream right now. Journey of Jerry, I can't wait to see you at the camp out. I hope you got your metric cowbell. I'll wear it around my... Oh, make it into a necklace. Metric cowbell necklace. Joanna, good seeing here. Good seeing here. I'm going to throw a moderator status at you. Big Dan says, take care, everyone. SST says, I resemble this statement. We got Peggy in the house, says, safe travels. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. It's an easy night. I don't think... Actually, I'm going to check the weather. If any of you have my phone number, text me what the weather's going to be between Marion, Illinois, and Harrisonville, Missouri. I am crossing deep Missouri. We're going from Illinois and we're going all the way across Missouri, right through the center of Missouri, which is Tornado Alley, right? So I'll take a gander at the weather and make sure, you know, we don't want to drive into tornadoes at night. We prefer to drive into tornadoes during the day. You know, we don't want to die at night. We'd rather die during the day. You know, you want to see how you die. You don't want to be in the darkness when you die. Jeez. Nobody's dying. Okay? Settle down. We're a professional truck driver. Oh, hope your kids are doing okay. I know your kids are doing okay because you hung out with Sterling Wheel, your buddy, your buddy Sterling Wheel. I usually do live streams called the Church of Wheel, but I was being lazy tonight. I didn't feel like it. Shout out to the replay gang. I appreciate the numbers that I see in the replay gang. There will be over 1,000 of you that have watched in the replay gang. And I like those numbers. You're good people. Don't let anyone rain on your parade and say you're a bad person. And if you are a bad person, be good at being bad. Right? Am I ever going to shut up? The answer is no. Rob's neighbor, Carrie, says peace. Dewana says thanks, buddy. Love those new shades. I like them too. They're Dylan Optics. They're the brand of shades that I wear. The company got bought out, so they're not Italian lenses. They're not Italian frames anymore. They're Japanese, which I think are kind of cool, but they still got the frosted lenses. SST says, rest in peace, Sterling. I will. We're going to have a very restful night. I'll put my seatbelt on, and we'll drink our water, and we're going to listen to some loud music. Yesterday I was listening to PJ Harvey, and tonight, after I get through with my phone call, I'm going to listen to Tori Amos. For some reason, I've been thinking about Tori Amos, so I want to listen to some angry lesbian music. Gamer says, I am a small content creator. Check out Gamer. I seen you dropped a comment earlier about that. We're all small content creators around here. I only got 1,600 subscribers, I think. But listen, act bigger than you are, and you will attract a good crowd. SST says, put on some Kate Bush. How dare you? How dare you? Kate Bush is... Okay. Let me write that down. You reminded me about... We're writing this down. Because I haven't heard Kate Bush in a long time. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Oh, by the way, remember I was saying I was leaving you? I can't leave you. I can't leave you. Dewana says, I give Marshall a big hug from you, Sterling. Well, I hope Marshall's doing okay. I'd hit the air horn for you, but I'm in a truck stop and it's rude to do stuff like that. We did play the lottery. We did play the lottery, and if I win, you will never see me again. Be like, where did Sterling go? Actually, if I win the lottery, I'm going to hunt every single one of you down that is watching and show up at your house and be like, hey, here's $100. Thanks for being part of the Church of Wheel. We're out of here. Gamer says I subscribe to you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Good seeing you here, Dewana. And we're gonna end this right now. We're gonna look out the windshield while we end things. What's this red button do? Shall we press the red button? What does the red button do? Let's press that right there. Oh, it didn't do nothing.